For most of human history, nations tried to win wars by building bigger armies, faster machines, and louder weapons. But at the end of the 20th century, the United States chose a different path. Instead of trying to be seen as stronger, it decided to become invisible. And when the world finally discovered what American engineers had built in secret, it became clear that the future of warfare no longer belonged to those who could strike harder, but to those who could strike without ever being seen. Long before radar existed, during World War I, invisibility meant hiding from human eyes. Engineers even tried building aircraft with transparent fuselages, believing that if soldiers on the ground could not see the plane, it would not exist. But sunlight reflected on the surface, making those aircraft even easier to detect. The idea failed, but the dream of invisibility never died. When radar technology appeared, everything changed. Now aircraft were no longer hunted by eyes but by electromagnetic waves. And defeating those waves would require not just engineering, but mathematics, physics, and imagination, far beyond anything attempted before. During World War II and the decades that followed, many nations tried to approach stealth by accident rather than design. Germany experimented with flying wings. The United States tested high-altitude aircraft like the U-2. Later, the SR-71 Blackbird tried to outrun radar through speed alone, but radar still saw them. America realized something crucial. The future was not about escaping radar. It was about confusing it, bending it, and ultimately defeating it. In the 1970s, inside the legendary Skunk Works division of Lockheed, American engineers studied radar reflection formulas originally developed by Russian scientists. Using early computer simulations, they made a discovery that shocked even themselves. The most stealthy shape was not smooth, elegant, or aerodynamic. It was sharp, broken, faceted, and unnatural, like a shattered diamond. The first model was so strange that its own creators called it the hopeless diamond because they believed it would never fly. But when it did, it changed aviation forever. That prototype became known as Have Blue. It looked unstable, uncomfortable, and almost wrong. Yet radar could barely see it. For the first time in history, an aircraft was not trying to hide behind speed or altitude. It was hiding behind science. And from that moment, the United States knew it had crossed into a new era of warfare. From Have Blue was born the F-117 Nighthawk, a single-seat, twin-engine stealth attack aircraft designed entirely around invisibility. Not a fighter, not a dogfighter. A silent hunter built to enter the most protected airspace on Earth, strike precisely, and vanish before the enemy even realized it had been there. Its first flight took place in 1981, and by 1983 it was already operational. Yet the world did not know it existed. For years, the United States officially denied the aircraft was real. The F-117 was developed under extreme secrecy in California, and many believe parts of its testing took place at Area 51. In 1988, America finally admitted its existence. In 1990, it was revealed publicly at Nellis Air Force Base. Tens of thousands of people watched in silence as the aircraft rolled onto the runway. Its shape looked like nothing ever built before. And in that moment, every military expert in the world understood one thing. The United States was no longer just ahead. It was operating in a different reality. In 1991, during the Gulf War, the F-117 proved what American technology could achieve. While conventional aircraft depended on electronic jamming, escorts, and overwhelming force, the Nighthawk simply flew through the most heavily defended airspace on Earth and returned safely, again and again. Radar systems failed, air defenses were confused, and military analysts around the world quietly admitted that their strategies were already outdated. In 1999, one F-117 was shot down over Serbia, proving that stealth was not magic. But by then, its mission was already complete. It had changed history. It had proven that invisibility was not science fiction. It was American engineering. In 2008, the United States officially retired the F-117. But unlike most aircraft, it was not destroyed. It was carefully preserved in Tonopah, Nevada. Over the years, people continued to see it flying, officially only in training roles. Unofficially, rumors suggest it still serves in ways the public will never fully know. Like many American projects, its story did not end when the world stopped watching. The F-117 opened the door for the B-2 Spirit, the F-22 Raptor, the F-35 Lightning, and every stealth aircraft that followed. Today, nations around the world try to copy what the United States created decades ago. Some come close. None repeat the moment. Because the F-117 was not just an aircraft, it was a message, a warning, and a reminder that when the United States decides to redefine the future, the world does not compete with it. The world studies it. And sometimes the most powerful weapon is the one nobody can see.